I welcome you once again to this channel, Secrets of Health TV. And if today happens to be your first time watching us, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel and do not forget to click onto the notification button and get notified anytime we bring you videos like this. In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you with foods that you should not be eating when you are diagnosed of diabetes. There are a whole lot of controversies surrounding what to eat as a diabetic. Some have the opinion of the fact that as a diabetic, you should just limit the intake of your carbohydrate. Some say you should just limit the intake of your fruit and so on and so forth. So there are a whole lot of controversies surrounding what to eat as far as diabetics are concerned. But in today's video, I'm going to give you my candid opinion, and I am tempted to believe that you will agree with me at the end of this video, simply because diabetes is one medical condition which, if a person is diagnosed of, something has to be done very, very fast, because diabetes has about 4 different branches, which is complication, as in branches. When a person is diagnosed of diabetes, the person is likely to suffer from one or two of these complications I am about to outline. The first complication is diabetic cardiomyopathy. The person may end up having issues with the heart, either high blood pressure or any form of high, disorder. And the person is also likely to suffer from another complication called diabetic retinopathy. The person may end up having blurred vision. The person's vision may end up become, very, very blurred. The person may not even end up seeing very well. That is diabetic retinopathy. And then another complication, the third complication of diabetes, is diabetic neuropathy. Diabetic neuropathy has something to do with the nerves. When a person is suffering from diabetes, the person is likely to suffer from, nerve issues, which is retinopathy, or neuropathy rather. Then we have diabetic nephropathy, which is the nephrons of the kidney, because every kidney has over millions of nephrons. When we say nephrons, nephrons are responsible for filtering out, urine or urea from the system, through the, reproductive system, through the urine, and then it will just come out. These nephrons are very, very important. So when a person is suffering from diabetes, the likelihood that these nephrons, which play a major role as far as the kidney is concerned, may end up get destroyed. So we call them, or we term it as diabetic nephropathy. So diabetes is not only just a normal health condition. These are some of the complications that comes along as far as the person, or when a person is suffering from diabetes. And it is the reason why we should be very, very careful in the treatment of diabetes. Now, the food a diabetic should not be eating is very, very important, because in order to cure, or in order to treat someone with diabetes, in order for the person to be, free from diabetes, not only the person, or the medicine is not the only option, because most people think that when you have, condition like this, the only thing you must do is to take medication, is to be on the medication. Sometimes you have to be on the medication for life. You understand? So at the end of the day, you realize that people who are diabetic will always be focusing on the what? On the medicine. So you realize that someone with diabetes will be, taking medication for 10 years. Some are taking it for 20 years. Some are taking it for, 15 years, and they are comfortable, simply because they are told that, one, it is not treatable, or it is not curable, and two, you can just eat whatever you want to eat so far as you be on your medication, which is very, very wrong. So that is why I am here in today's video to outline certain food that you should not eat at all as a diabetic, if only you want to cure yourself from diabetes, aside you taking, your normal medicine. And the best medication I can recommend to you as a diabetic is herbal medication. If you want to cure yourself as a diabetic, you want to be free from diabetes as a person, the best assurance, or the best option you have, is herbal medication. But this herbal medication cannot only do the magic. You have to also change your diet, and that is why we are here. I'm going to outline to you about 5 or 6 different kinds of food you must not eat as a diabetic, aside you taking any form of herbal medication. And this is if you want to cure yourself entirely, because diabetes is curable, diabetes is treatable, diabetes is not manageable. We don't manage diabetes, we cure it. But you can only cure it with herbal medicine, and then you can only cure it with change of diet. The first food I would like to recommend to you to stop taking as a diabetic is all kinds of fruit. All kinds of fruit. Talking of banana, talking of watermelon, talking of pineapple, all kinds of fruit. As a diabetic, you must avoid them. Fruit is very important. Fruit is very good. But so far as you are diagnosed of diabetes, fruit are not your friend anymore. You can eat fruit when you are done curing yourself from diabetes, or when you are free from diabetes. But so long as you are diabetic, I am telling you to what? To stop taking all kinds of fruit. And I'm not in any way condemning fruit. Fruit is very, very good. It has so many phytochemicals. It has so many minerals. Vitamin C, all the calcium, all the potassium, everything is fully packed in fruit. But as a diabetic, fruit is not your friend. That is food number 1 you should avoid as diabetic. Number 2, you should avoid anything rice as a diabetic. This is very, very candid recommendation. This one I will not mince any words. Candid recommendation as diabetic. You might see it as something very, very difficult. You might see it as very, very extreme. But that is the gospel truth. That is the truth. No one will tell you. But I'm here telling you. You must avoid anything rice. Rice is also not good for people living with diabetes. So if you want to manage or cure yourself entirely from diabetes, aside you taking your herbal medication, you must avoid rice, and you must avoid fruit as well, all kinds of fruit. Number 3, you must avoid all kinds of bread or wheat products. To be specific, bread. Bread is not your friend as a diabetic. So if you are diabetic, or if you have been diagnosed of diabetes, bread is not your friend. You must not take in bread. Very, very important. Number 4, you must make sure that you don't take any meat. All forms of meat is not your friend. Maybe you can, manage fish once in a while, but I'm talking about meat as in meat. Red meat, pork, beef, chicken, whatever. You must avoid them entirely as a diabetic. Number 5, you must avoid milk. Number 6, you must avoid eggs. Number 7, this is very, very controversial. You must avoid honey. Honey is one of the most powerful antioxidants, antibacteria in this world. No matter how chronic your wound is, you can use honey to cure yourself of the wound, chronic wound. But you don't have to ingest in honey if you are a diabetic. This is very, very important as a diabetic. So if you are diabetic, these are the foods. Number 1, I said all kinds of fruits. You put all the fruits together, avoid them. And this one is just a short period of time. Within 6 months, whilst you are taking your diabetes medication, your herbal medication, then you avoid all these fruits I have just outlined. Give yourself 6 months, you realize that you are no more a diabetic. I can give you 100% assurance. You just avoid these foods I have just outlined, or I have just pinpointed to you, and see how effective your treatment is going to be. Very, very important. If you disagree with me, then that one is your own cup of tea. But this one, it is based on research that we have done, and it is also based on the practical approach we have taken. Because I don't just normally come here to speak. Before I come here to speak, I must have tried it. I must have putting them into practice, and it has worked before I will come here and tell you, so that when this video goes out, no one will come and say that what I'm saying is not true. So we make sure we do our cross check before we come here to speak to you, because I know that my listeners, my followers, my viewers, you are one of the most discerning people in this world. You are very, very discerning. You are very, very clever. So I will not come here to deceive you if what I'm saying is not true. Kindly share this video. Please copy the link of this video and share to your friends, your family, and people around you, so that they can also come and benefit from it. And above all, if this is your first time watching this video, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure you click onto the notification button and get notified anytime we come here with another one. I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.